English Grammar Standard 5 Punctuation. Welcome back, dear students. In this lesson, I am going to teach you all the rules for using the different types of punctuation marks so that you can write correct English without any mistakes. What is punctuation? The marks such as full stop, comma, and brackets used in writing to separate sentences and their elements and to clarify meaning. So, why do we need punctuation? Punctuation shows us how to structure sentences and how each sentence should be read. You can see in this slide the punctuation marks. Here, there are different types of punctuation which we are going to learn. The first is full stop, comma, colon, semicolon, question mark, hyphen, exclamation mark, apostrophe, slash, quotation mark, brackets, ellipsis mark. The first is full stop. We call in British English full stop, and in American English we call it as a period. It is a punctuation mark. It is used for several purposes, most often to mark the end of a declarative sentence. This sentence terminal use alone defines the strictest sense of full stop. For example, at the end of a declarative sentence, the example of a declarative sentence, there is no place like home. At the ending, we are giving a full stop or a period. The second example, love makes the world go round. When the sentence ends, we give a period or a full stop. After titles in American English, the example, he owes a lot of money to Mr. Smith. Now we are not writing a full sentence, full word as a Mr. A short form of Mr. is Mr and we give a dot, that is a period. Then even for a doctor, Dr. Smith, we don't write a full word as a doctor. A short form is given like Dr. a dot. Dr. Smith instructs us in botany. The sentence ends and here we give a full stop. Same happens in the numbers. Retail sales fell by 1.3% in January. The average price of goods rose by just 2.2%. In the numbers we give dot, that is also a period. Like another following abbreviations. They were arrested on April 20, 1980. Now here there is a short form of April, so we give a dot, APR dot 20. End of an unconventional sentence. He was not allowed to do that, not while he was the leader of the group. This is an unconventional sentence. Pauses. Pauses tells the reader to stop briefly and then continue reading. Here are three types of pauses, that is comma, semicolon and colon. So first we will study about the comma. What is a comma? A comma is a punctuation mark that indicates a pause is needed in a sentence. Commas helps to clarify meaning for the reader. The comma used to show a separation of ideas or elements within the structure of a sentence. Additionally, it is used in numbers, dates, and letter writing after the salutation and closing. The comma is used before and after phrases and clauses introduced in the body of a sentence. For example, he did, in spite of all his protests, finally agree to our demand. we have had, though people may like to criticize a stable government at the center. The next is to separate each pair of words connected by an and. Rich and poor, comma, high and low, comma, wise and foolish, comma, must all die. So making the connected words, these are the words connected to each other, but we are making them in a separate pair. So here we use a comma. After an absolute phrase, that done, the mob disappeared. The weather being favorable, they proceeded. To mark off a direct quotation from the rest of the sentence is, so nice, she said. She said, wait and see. Here we are using a comma. Play well, the captain said. Play well, the captain said to the players, and shoot a goal. Here we use a comma to show the separation of an ideas. Salutations where we use is British English when we use dear sir, dear madam, dear sir or dear madam, dear Sita, and at the closing of a letter, while writing a letter at the ending part of the letter, we write yours faithfully and then put a comma. Yours sincerely, you put a comma. Yours truly, put a comma. So this is how the comma is used. The next is colon. Colon is used to precede a list of items, a quotation, or an expansion or explanation. A colon in the middle of a sentence indicates that the second half of the sentence explains or provides examples of what is described in the first half. Pauses or a colon. The colon introduces information after an independent clause, like Danny's Seafood Restaurant specializes in 4 items: prawns, shrimp, crabs and lobster. Joe has only one thing in his mind. Here we are using a semicolon. So give an after effect. So that is, what was going on in his mind? A profit. Joe has only one thing in his mind. What was going on in his mind? His stock portfolio. Joe has only one thing in his mind. He wants to get rich. Joe has 3 things in his mind: stocks, bonds and certificates of deposit. We have used a colon in these all 4 sentences to introduce various kinds of things: a word, that is profit, a phrase, his stock portfolio, a sentence, he wants to get rich, and a list like stocks, bonds and certificates of deposit. You can see a colon is used in any place where you must directly introduce something. A colon gives special emphasis to whatever you are introducing, because readers must first come to a stop and so they pay more attention to it. The semicolon. Semicolon is used to connect independent clauses. It shows a closer relationship between the clauses than a period would show. In general, use of semicolon only if you could replace it with a period to create 2 separate sentences. In other words, if you can use a period or a full stop, you can use a semicolon. For example, John was hurt. Using a semicolon, he knew she only said it to upset him. Here are 2 sentences. A semicolon gives the effect of combining these 2 sentences and making it a 1 sentence. The semicolon is used to combine closely related sentences, Another example, I went to see a movie with my wife. This is a simple sentence. I thought it was amazing. She thought it was terrible. These are the two sentences. Now we are making a one sentence by using a comma. I thought it was amazing, but she thought it was terrible. Now when we are using a semicolon, see the sentence effect. I thought it was amazing, she thought it was terrible. So combining these two sentences, the semicolon is used to combine it and make it a meaningful single sentence. Difference between the colon and semicolon. Colons and semicolons were initially used to express pauses longer than a comma and shorter than a period. Period, that is a full stop. A semicolon consists of a dot above a comma, with a colon is a punctuation mark consisting of two dots, one over the other. Colon. Introduce, list, series, quotations and explanations. Like, he was going to buy 3 things. Here we have used a colon. Chairs, tables and utensils. John wrote, I wish you a Merry Christmas. All affection and best wishes to you and yours. The second is separate independent clauses. They will not make it. The storm is too strong. The next is show emphasizes. Showing emphasizes. Like example, he was there for one person, his mother. He was there for one person, that is what? His mother. The second example is you have 2 choices. Which are the 2 choices? Finish the work today, and the second is or lose the contract. And the fourth point, that is separate units of time. When we watch a timing, when we use a timers, Sophia set her alarm clock for 6:30 am. Now 6:30. We use it as separating units of time. The next is semicolon. Between items in a list or series when the items themselves contain commas. There are 8 members of the team, 2 from China and Japan, 3 from France and Spain, 2 from Brazil and Chile, and 1 from India. We visited Thailand, Vietnam and Singapore in spring, Germany, France and Italy in the summer, and South Africa in the fall. The second is separate 2 independent clauses while still demonstrating that a close relationship exists between them. Separating 2 independent clauses, okay, but there is still relationship between both the sentences. They came all the way home, even so they all knew they had to go back once more. The second example is my daughter is a teacher, my son is a doctor. So both the sentences, both the clauses are having a relationship between them, so you cannot separate them. Use a question mark to indicate a direct question when placed at the end of a sentence. When did Jane leave for the market? When we are expressing, we are giving a direct question, we put a question mark. A hyphen. Hyphen is used to join 2 or more words together into a compound term and is not separated by spaces. For example, part-time, you put a hyphen in between. Back-to-back, well-known. So hyphens are used to link words together to show that the words have a combined meaning. Like sugar-free, up-to-date, mother-in-law, recover, good-looking, run down. Exclamation mark. An exclamation mark indicates strong emotion such as anger, fear, love, etc. It can also be used to indicate a command, for example, stop. Another example is, ouch, that hurts. Don't do that. Now, here in this exclamation mark, alas, hooray, ouch, wow are used to express feelings. So these are the interjection words. So always remember, if you want to convey strong emotions in a sentence, put an exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. And other examples are, I am really excited about my new job. Now in this sentence, there is no emotion. In the next sentence, you can see the excitement. I am really excited about my new job. This sentence shows us some excitement. So that's why the exclamation mark is given. The next sentence is, if you come to work late tomorrow, you are fired. This example shows us anger in it. Johnny, don't play with your foot. Strict command is given. Ouch, you just stepped on my foot. There is a pain expression. Wow, what a beautiful house. Here there is an amazement. So always remember, if you want to convey strong emotions, you have to put an exclamation mark at the end. Brackets. Brackets, braces and parentheses are symbols used to contain words that are a further explanation or as considered a group. Brackets are the squared off notations used for technical expansions or to clarify meaning. If you remove the information in the brackets, the sentence will still make sense. Like he, Mr. Jones, was the last person seen at the house. The next is braces. Braces are used to contain two or more lines of text or listed items to show that they are considered as a unit. They are not commonplace in most writing but can be seen in computer programming to show what should be contained within the same lines. Most probably brace brackets are used in the mathematics. Parentheses. Parentheses are curved notations used to contain further thoughts of qualifying remarks. However, parentheses can be replaced by commas without changing the meaning in most cases. For example, John and Jane, who were actually half brother and sister, both have red hair. You can say in this sentence, John and Jane both have red hair. But this parenthesis curved mean the words say the more what it contains in the sentence is, it tells about John and Jane. What were they actually? They were half brother and sister. They both were having red hair. So here to use this, who were actually half brother and sister, we put parenthesis. The next is apostrophe. An apostrophe is used to indicate the omission of a letter or letters from the word, the possessive case, or the plurals of lower case letters. Examples of the apostrophe in use include omission of letters from a word. I have seen that movie several times. She wasn't the only one who knew the answer. And possessive case, Sarah's dog bite the neighbor. Now, mark contraction. Use apostrophe in place of omitted letters. I'm a teacher. Here we are omitting A. That is, I am a teacher. But when we say it, I am a teacher, we are using here apostrophe. She is waiting at the bus stop. We can also say she is waiting at the bus stop. But to give a more effective sentence, we use apostrophe. She is waiting at the bus stop. He would never take a bribe. To give a more effect, we can also say it. You can also say that sentence as he would never take a bribe. But to give a more effect, it is used, the apostrophe mark is used. He would never take a bribe. Mark position. Have you seen Anita's new car? Anita's. We are using here, we can say Anita, but the car belongs to Anita. So, have you seen Anita's new car? It is my brother's birthday. So, here where we are using apostrophe for brothers. Quotation marks. Quotation marks are a pair of punctuation marks used primarily to mark the beginning and end of passage attributed to another and repeated word for word. They are also used to indicate meanings and to indicate the unusual or dubious status of a word. Quotation marks are used with direct quotes. For example, Mrs. Smith said, "Make sure you finish the homework by tomorrow." "Get out of my room." "Don't go outside," she said. Here, these are the direct speech. Make sure you finish the homework by tomorrow. Here we use quotation marks for direct speech words. The last is the ellipsis. The ellipsis is most commonly represented by 3 dots, although it is occasionally demonstrated with 3 asterisks. The ellipsis is used in writing or printing to indicate an omission, especially of letters or words. Ellipses are frequently used within quotations to jump from one phrase to another, omitting unnecessary words that do not interfere with the meaning. Students writing research papers or newspapers quoting parts of speeches will often employ ellipses to avoid copying lengthy text that is not needed. For example, omission of words. She began to count 1, 2, 3, 4 ellipses until she got to 10, then went to find him. Within a quotation, when Newton stated, "An object at rest stays at rest and an object in motion stays in motion," ellipsis, he developed the law of motion. Now, ellipses show that the words have been missed out. They are sometimes used to make writing suspenseful. Tia entered the woods, ellipsis, where the monster lives. Slash. To separate words in a sentence, indicate or. Indicate connecting and conflicting ideas. To separate lines in a poem, play or song. To indicate a fraction. To indicate per in a measurement. To separate the day, month and year. To separate words in a sentence. For example, "I need to buy a new top and or return these shoes." To indicate or. Here in this sentence, the teacher noticed that a student had left his or her bag in class. Here you are putting a slash between his and her. Indicate connecting and conflicting ideas. "I took part in the pro-life, pro-choice debate." To separate lines in a poem, play or a song. Like for example, "Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary has a little lamb." To indicate a fraction, like 1/4, half, 3/4, quarter. Okay. To indicate per in a measurement. "He was paying euro 1000 per month." So slash is used in a different ways. Slash is also used in an abbreviation, such as she turned the A/C, that is air condition, on, to separate the day, month and a year, like 13th May 2019. We use slash in it. So children, here are some sentences given. You have to make 100 pages grammar notebook, and in that you have to write the sentences. So first you will write all the sentences in a rough book. You will try to punctuate all the sentences, and then you will copy it in your grammar notebook. After doing these sentences, you will check the answers which are there in the next slide. Thank you.